So, hey, how's it going? Today is Tuesday, January 8th, I think. Yeah, January 8th. Okay, so anyways, basically what I'm doing is I'm just outside walking around because I'm tired of being fat and I can't go to extreme measures to lose weight, but basically what I want to do is just start a casual exercise regime. And one of the great ways that people can lose weight is they keep themselves accountable to other people. So I figured why not start like just a random series where basically I just talk about whatever comes to mind as I'm walking about. Basically there's this big parking lot behind my house, so I would just be walking around, weather permitting, a few times a week, and whenever I had some ideas, you know, I could discuss them on video. So if any of you have ideas, random things that are, you know, appropriate, just go ahead and suggest them. I guess I might call this series Remington's Ramblings, since I would just basically be rambling about whatever. There's not supposed to be any set topic to these things. So I guess I'll just start talking about this. You know, if you want to do stuff while you're watching these videos, since I kind of assumed it would be a little long, yeah, go ahead. If you're into wargaming, you can assemble and paint doing these things and stuff. Kind of like how a while back Matt from miniwargaming.com did his walk and talk. I guess it'd be kind of like that. So anyways, yeah, earlier, I guess like the middle of last year, 2012, I was trying to come up with new ideas for things that I could do for videos. And you know, one of them was a series that would be posted just randomly called Damn I Feel Old. Because essentially, this year I'm going to be turning 30. Yeah, that sucks. Sometimes I don't feel old and sometimes I feel really old. But basically, Damn I Feel Old would be about things that I wanted to do before, but now I don't care about doing. Or things I looked forward to before, and now, you know, who cares? The very first episode of Damn I Feel Old was going to be this. I was driving to the store, and I saw a poster up that said that the Circus was coming to town. And I'm like, you know what? I've never been to the Circus. I've always wanted to go to the Circus when I was a kid. You know? I mean, heck, it's the Circus. Why not? But, you know, my parents never took me. So I always missed out on the Circus. But you know what? Now I can go. Because, you know, I've got some money and I've got lots of free time. So basically, I could go to the Circus if I wanted to. But I thought, you know what? Why the heck would I, a guy who's nearly 30, go to the Circus all by himself? What for? Just so I could say that I've been to the Circus? Damn, I feel old. And that would be like the entire video. And then there were other things like, makes me feel old when I'm talking to people that are in their late teens, early 20s, who say they've never seen Wayne's World. I'm like, oh, I remember that one time in Wayne's World, and they're like, what's Wayne's World? And I would just say, damn, you make me feel old. Wayne's World was an awesome movie. I mean, heck, it was made, yeah, in the early 90s, but it's still quite relevant to what's going on today. Not the, let's say pop culture, but just how younger people feel and try to deal with stuff. I mean, like, you know, you have one guy who's like living in his parents' basement, works a lot of crap jobs, and to get his kicks, basically, on the weekend, he would host a late night local cable access TV show and would have whatever random guests on. It was one of those movies that was spawned from Saturday Night Live skits. One of the few movies spawned by Saturday Night Live skits that was actually good. So good they actually made a sequel, which unfortunately wasn't all that great. But, can't win them all. But, yeah, so the damn I feel old stuff, yeah, it seemed like a really interesting idea to me. Because, you know, there's so many things that can make you feel old once you get to my age. And you're not even old. I mean, heck, so I'm like 29. And I just remember all the things that I used to really want to be able to do when I was older, I guess. Like, oh wow, driving a car, it's so awesome. And now I'm like, I'm gonna go and drive a car. Yeah, I do that every day. It's no biggie. I mean, you remember when you were a kid and you would ask your mom or your dad, oh, can I start the car? And you felt like such a total little badass when they actually let you start the car. You look back on that now and you're like, oh my gosh, what was I thinking? That was so stupid. All I did was like turn the key, hold it there for a second and a half, and that's it. Ooh, I feel so big. I'm a big kid now, yeah, whatever. So, just all that stuff that you look back on now, and it's just absolutely ridiculous. Like, remember how you used to enjoy holidays? And basically, now you don't. Like, remember elementary school? You know, any holiday was a reason to celebrate. You know, the teacher would have like that pink box from the bakery with like, you know, the cookies or the cupcakes in it or whatever. Let's say it was like something like Valentines Day. You got to spend like an entire half day doing nothing but having fun. You know, you'd get like the big giant piece of red or pink construction paper, fold it kind of in half, staple along the two sides, tape it to the back of your chair in class, and then everyone in class would go around and put those cheapo little Valentines in your little envelope thing. And, you know, they would have like Ninja Turtles on them, or like have a Cowabunga Valentines or something like that. The really awesome ones were the ones that had candy in it. You know what I'm talking about. A little bag of Skittles, or the little thing of Sweet Tarts, or the pink and purple box of Nerds. Heck yeah, heck yeah. You know what I'm talking about. Uh-huh. Oh, Halloween. That was a really great one. I mean, you know, adults can still, you know, enjoy Halloween. But it's more of a, you know, you dress up as whatever. You get to, you know, the chicks get to wear sexy costumes. And the guys wear whatever, if they even decide to dress up. But, you know, basically, I mean, what is Halloween now? I mean, you go to a friend's house, usually, and you do what? Watch a movie. Some people drink. You know, I mean, I know there are crazy Halloween parties, but I really haven't been to any. You know, at least not in a long time. Most awesome Halloween party, adult Halloween party, was like when I was in the military. First year I was at Beale Air Force Base. We went to my friend Adam's house. That was some great times. Soundwave DJing and everything. But, you know, when you're a kid, oh my gosh, is that ever awesome, especially if you're in school, because you get to wear your costume to school. I went as the Adam West Batman one year. Oh, that was fun. I didn't like having to wear the gray tights though, but you know, you take and you give. But you know, you get to go to school wearing your costume, and you don't have to do any work that day. I mean, seriously, if they have you do work, it's like Timmy has 3 lollipops, and Jane gives him 4. How many does Timmy have now? Yeah, it's stuff like that. You know, you have like all your fun games going on, and you know, it's just a really fun time. You do like a little mini trick-or-treating or whatever there. It's fun being a kid. Thanksgiving for adults and kids, it's kind of the same, except if you're an adult, you're making the food, and then you're cleaning up after eating the food. If you're a kid, it's just like, you know, a nice long weekend that you get off, and there's lots of food to eat. Really special for me one year though. I woke up, came out into the living room one Thanksgiving Day, and holy crap, outside in the living room was a brand new TV, which is a big deal for me because I didn't really have a TV growing up. I missed out on lots of my generation's pop culture. Probably one of the big reasons why I'm so messed up now. But yeah, that was really great seeing that TV there. But you know, as a kid, heck, it's just a couple of days off, you get to eat some food. Christmas is always the big one though. Oh, Christmas is always the big one. As an adult, you're like, oh, gotta go and buy a tree. And we gotta decorate it. And heck, even if you don't have to buy a tree, you probably have a fake tree. You gotta drag the thing down from the attic like my dad did. Then we get the thing all set up. And then of course, after the holidays, you gotta put the thing away. Oh man. But as a kid, oh my gosh, the presents! Even for one that didn't have as much money as my family did, the presents. It's awesome. Every year, I would go outside Christmas Day to the front lawn, and the Joneses lived across the street. The names really were the Joneses. And Nancy Jones always say, "Hey Steven, did you get a Nintendo this year?" Because I always ask for a Nintendo every Christmas, and I'd always have to say, no Nintendo this year. One time I was flipping through a magazine, and I came across an ad for like a minivan or something, and it said, "Leave the Joneses in the dust." And I'm like, Mom, what does it mean? Because I thought it was talking about the people that lived across the street from us. And she said, oh, it's because of this old saying, keeping up with the Joneses. I had to live with that literally every day of my life growing up. Because the Joneses lived across the street, and they got everything they wanted. I didn't know this till years later, but their dad worked in Africa for, I think, an oil company. So he only got to go home like 1 week out of the month. So basically, for nearly a month, they would never see their dad. But, you know, he made really good money doing that. And making good money meant that the Joneses got everything they wanted. And oh my gosh, were they ever stuck up about it. So keeping up with the Joneses has always been a big thing for me. And I never could keep up with the Joneses. So every year for Christmas, no Nintendo, but I would get some awesome toys. And, you know, it's really great during Christmas. I mean, you're just rubbing your hands together, counting down the days. And just in case you're wondering, no, my family was never the kind to let us open up one present Christmas Eve. You had to wait until Christmas Day. And it really sucked for me when Christmas was on a Sunday, because my parents are so super religious, and we would always have to go to church. Like, even if it was Christmas, went to church, had to wait till open presents till we got home. So it was like 2 in the afternoon before we even got a chance to start opening presents. I mean, when was the last time that you can remember as a kid or even now that you honestly had to wait until 2 in the afternoon to start opening your toys? It's torture for a kid. Oh, brother. But counting down those days is awesome. And like Christmas Eve, I know a lot of kids are like, I can't sleep. Can't wait to get my Nintendo 64 or, whatever. Me, it was tough to sleep for a while. But then I would finally tell myself, you know what? The sooner I go to sleep, is the sooner that I get to wake up and it'll be Christmas. So I would jump in bed, close my eyes, and almost before I knew it, bam, Christmas morning. And then of course I'd have to wait for my parents to clean the living room, straighten up, dust, vacuum, because my dad would drag out the old Super 8 camera so he could film us coming out and seeing the tree and the presents for the first time there on Christmas morning, and film us opening the gifts and stuff. So, yeah, those memories are locked away on 8mm film somewhere in the attic. No clue where. What should I talk about now? Oh, okay, so I guess this will give me one last lap around the parking lot. Let's talk about how I found out Santa Claus wasn't real. And Matthew from Mini War Gaming, I seriously doubt you're watching this, but if you are, I keep asking you how you found out Santa Claus wasn't real. You keep avoiding the question. So I'll go ahead and answer it for you. And anyone else out there who wants to know how I found out Santa Claus wasn't real. I forget how old I was. I honestly don't remember, but I remember how I found out with perfect clarity. So, I was sitting in the car with my mom. We were driving home after going to some stores, doing some minor Christmas shopping. And I think it was like an Oldsmobile or something, because, the front seat wasn't 2 separate seats, it was one long bench. So there was this bag sitting on the middle seat there in the front. I'm like, I wonder what's in here. So I go and start peeking inside the bag. And my mom smacks my hand away, puts her hand on and says, no, don't look in there. This is the stuff I'm going to be putting in your stockings. And I'm like, but Santa Claus puts the stuff in the stockings. And my mom says, oh, brother. Okay, well, I hate to break it to you, but Santa Claus isn't real. I'm like, Santa Claus isn't real? I'm like, and my mom says, yeah, Santa Claus isn't real. It's been me and your dad all this time. And I've been the one putting the stuff in your stockings, and your dad's been the one who would be buying the presents and stuff. So, then my mom says, don't tell your little sister when we get home, okay? So what do you think the first thing I did when we got home was, huh? Yeah, that's right. I was one of those mean older brothers. So I run inside the house. I'm like, Jennifer, guess what? Mom says Santa Claus isn't real. And my mom, my sister's just going, no. Oh. And I loved it because I was a mean, sadistic older brother, which, I regret now, but, oh, it was great fun back then. You all remember that if, you were an older sibling. Oh, brother. What fun. Oh. So, Santa Claus, presents. Oh, presents. Okay, so, I'm gonna head home now. And I'll keep this going as long as I can. So, basically, presents. Once I found out that Santa Claus didn't bring the presents, I knew that Dad bought the presents, it became the treasure hunt. I never got to go on Easter egg hunts when I was a kid because it was on Sunday. We had to go to church and then go home and stay there the whole day, instead of going out and having fun on Easter because whatever. But anyways, Christmas time became almost like an Easter egg hunt. Only I was looking for presents. And once you find out that Santa Claus wasn't real and that your parents are buying presents, that's when the search begins. You are looking for those presents. You gotta find them. You want to know what it is you're getting. So, for some people, it was fun. It was a big search, you know? And, you know, if you found out what you were getting, awesome, great. But it was all about the search. That was fun. If you just found them, like, after a minute and a half of searching, the magic went out of the hunt. That's unfortunately how my dad was. He said, you kids should be surprised by what you're getting, so you shouldn't go around snooping. You know what snooping meant? Snooping meant opening my dad's closet. That's it. He kept the presents in shopping bags down at the bottom of the closet. And that's it. I mean, after a while, a good long while, he started getting a little more creative. Like keeping things in the trunk of his car, or hiding them up in the attic, or just keeping them at work. I mean, heck, I would never find them then. But unfortunately, most of the time, it was really easy to find that stuff. So, if you know, you can associate with anything I just talked about, or you want to suggest topics for future Remington rambles, just go ahead and leave it down in the just in the comments below, and maybe I'll get to yours. That's all I have for this time. I'm signing out.